Hello and welcome to The Frame, an initiative of Access Framingham. We begin this week with the passing of the PROTECT Act into Massachusetts law, as Governor Maura Healey signed a bill this Wednesday, August 5th, aimed at limiting how and where federal immigration enforcement officers can operate in the state. The House and Senate passed a final version of the bill on Beacon Hill in late July. Now, the new law covers ground that proponents say will protect people from overreach from the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Governor Healey said that the PROTECT Act is the state's way of, quote-unquote, standing up and fighting back.
This is what makes Massachusetts special. It's our people. We know that what ICE is doing is wrong, and it needs to stop.
Notably, the PROTECT Act prevents civil immigration arrests from taking place at what's described by legislators as sensitive locations, like schools, courthouses, nursing homes, medical facilities, and child care centers. The restriction of federal immigration officers from being deputized by local or state police outside of certain criminal cases is also included in the law, alongside the ability for parents to designate a guardian for their kids in advance in case of a separation due to deportation or detention. Another one of the multiple mandates in the PROTECT Act, police officers in Massachusetts will not be permitted to ask individuals about their immigration status or stop them because of it unless it's a criminal matter. 6th Middlesex District State Rep and co-sponsor of the bill, Priscilla Souza, sees the legislation as a way to hold ICE accountable while also protecting residents.
So the story that was sold to us is that they were going after people that were dangerous to our community, but that's not what's really happening. What's happening is our neighbors are being targeted, and the PROTECT Act addresses that.
The Frame has reached out to ICE's field office in Boston for comment, though we have not received a reply as of the time of this taping. Now, if that changes, the article on our website covering this story will be updated. The Framingham City Council's Environment and Sustainability Subcommittee heard an update regarding the local decarbonization roadmap during their meeting on Wednesday, August 5th. The plan outlines how Framingham can work towards having a net zero carbon emission rate. Sean Luz, Framingham's sustainability coordinator, told councilors this week that the plan looks to focus on eliminating the use of on-site fossil fuels within municipal buildings over time while simultaneously building a more sustainable vehicle fleet. A total of 75 municipal buildings spanning about 2.5 million square feet were analyzed, along with about 330 vehicles across the municipal fleet. Over the next few decades, Luz said the city should consider incorporating strategies in their capital plans to replace light, medium, and heavy-duty vehicles with zero-emission vehicles, while also installing solar roof panels, reducing fossil fuel usage, and using alternative heating sources at municipal buildings. Luz added that a key strategy will be to identify natural periods within a building or vehicle's life cycle to intervene and implement clean energy infrastructure.
I think the idea is here, how can we use these natural decision points in the lifetime of a building to step in and implement technologies that are going to get us closer to our goals?
The Framingham Softball community is looking ahead with hopes of growing the game locally following the approval of thousands of dollars to renovate the Walsh-Dunning complex. In the spring, the City Council approved over $300,000 in Community Preservation Act funding to be allocated to the project's design. While construction is still years away, the plan could feature new lighting, scoreboards, batting cages, improved dugouts, and amenities like bathrooms and a concession stand. Members of the Framingham Youth Softball community hope that this renovation project at the Walsh-Dunning complex can pave the way for the game to grow within the city. Proponents point to a number of potential benefits: increased youth sporting participation, more resources that are comparable to those at local baseball facilities, opportunities for regional tournaments, and the economic activity that comes with them, as well as an outlet to inspire the next generation of softball players to develop important life skills on and off of the diamond.
We don't want anything extravagant. We just want the girls to have the same opportunity as the boys. We're a city with over 70,000 residents. We should have this type of opportunity. And what it does is really spark kids' excitement and enthusiasm, and they get dedicated, because when they see kids play really high caliber, they say, I want to do that.
There's just been a general push to try and get those facilities to kind of match what the boys have at the Longs complex. The softball league is growing, and we're trying to build that same sense of community. And I think having a dedicated facility that's got those amenities to really support more teams to support more families has been something that we've been trying to do.
It also just so happens to be the time of year where sign-ups for Framingham Youth Softball's fall season have opened up. Spots for the Fall Ball Rec League for those in kindergarten through grade 9, as well as tryouts for the Framingham Furies U10, U12, and U14 club teams are available. Head over to fysoftball.com to learn more. We've got a full written articles with plenty of more details on that softball story, along with all of our top stories on our website, www.theframe.news. Alongside those articles, we have feature pieces we've completed across the city and a calendar filled with upcoming local events. Be sure to subscribe to our email newsletter as well, so that you never miss a beat with Framingham News in Focus. Framingham has recently been classified as being at a moderate risk for West Nile virus. The virus is typically transmitted to humans through bites from mosquitoes carrying it. About 8 out of every 10 West Nile cases are asymptomatic, according to the CDC, while about 20% of cases result in symptoms like fevers, aches, and nausea. The virus can result in dangerous illnesses in rare instances, however, especially for older citizens and those with weakened immune systems. The Massachusetts Department of Public Health made the moderate level classification for Framingham last week, along with various other towns in the Metro West region. State officials announced that a positive West Nile mosquito sample was found in Framingham on July 28th. The moderate classification is meant to keep people vigilant, as the DPH has not reported any human West Nile cases within Framingham as of the time of this recording. Moving forward, residents are advised to be mindful about how they can lower their risk of infection. Tips include applying insect repellent, as well as wearing long sleeves and pants outdoors. If you do go outside, limit time outdoors between dusk and dawn. Standing water should be drained around homes, while screens for doors and windows should be repaired or replaced. A quick update for parents and caregivers who are not planning on enrolling Framingham Public School students between kindergarten and grade 6 into the local school bus system for the upcoming year. Students who live over 2 miles from their respective school will automatically be enrolled onto a bus for the year, while those who have already manually signed up are also locked into a spot on the route. However, FPS is asking those with children who do not need a bus route, such as those who walk or are driven to school, to complete an opt-out form in order to optimize routes for those who need that bus transportation for the 2026-27 school year. The form can be found under the Transportation tab on the school district's official website, www.framingham.k12.ma.us. A reminder that you can always find more of our local news coverage by following our social media pages. Find us on Instagram at @FrameNews_ and simply search for The Frame on Facebook. Subscribe to Access Framingham's YouTube channel and hit the bell icon there to get a notification whenever new videos are out. Follow The Frame on Spotify too, so that you can watch or listen to the program at your convenience. That's all for this week's Framingham News in Focus. On behalf of the entire team here at The Frame, thanks for joining us. My name is Brendan Fitzpatrick. We'll talk to you next week. Take care.